Welcome to Northwest today. Hundreds of people have objected to plans to restore an historic Tudor manor house in Wigan because it would mean 400 homes being built on nearby Greenbelt land. Housing developer Kingswood will restore the Grade 2 listed Winstanley Hall, which will be financed by building the new homes. Jamie Mountain has more.
Through the trees behind me is the Winstanley Hall estate. At the centre of it is a Tudor mansion dating back to the 16th century, but it's lain derelict for decades. Now, a developer, Kingswood Homes, wants to restore the mansion, but it wants to pay for that by building 400 homes on the land around it. Plans submitted to the council have seen more than 250 objections from local residents, including Nick, who lives down the road. Nick, what is it that you're concerned about here?
As a community, we have a number of concerns, but the two key concerns are A, the way it's been promoted in terms of the restoration of the hall. In our view, if you look at the detail, it's more a reconstruction of the hall and therefore not proper heritage-led regeneration. I think the other big concern is, and we don't want to come across as a bunch of NIMBYs, but you know, we're looking here at 60 acres of greenbelt land, but it's not only just greenbelt, it's also actually good agricultural land which is farmed at the moment and provides feed for cattle on local farms.
Well, Kingswood have said that Heritage England is behind this restoration and that they're going to try and keep as much of the internal of the hall as possible. What do you say to that?
I think, you know, the devil is in the detail. I think we need to see the plans in terms of what exactly is going to be restored. There are a number of features within the building itself. The plans that we've seen that were submitted to the council show a number of those features being removed.
Thank you, Nick.
Thanks.
Kingswood Homes say that this is the last chance to save Winstanley Hall, and residents do recognise the need for new houses, but they say this is just the wrong place to do it. Jamie Mountain, BBC Northwest Today in Winstanley.
The mother of the Manchester Arena bombing victim, Martin Hett, says she'd like to strengthen legislation forcing venues to improve security by making the rules apply to places hosting 100 people or more. Martin's law currently applies to venues attracting 200 people or more. His mother's also urging the government not to extend the 2-year target which was given to small events. News to implement the new security measures.
That's the 3rd of April 2027, which is exactly 2 years after the King has signed it. And I said to them as a campaigner that will be the pressure I will put on the government.
The public are being urged to help ease the pressure on the region's hospitals when a 6-day strike by resident doctors begins next Tuesday. NHS North West says already stretched accident and emergency departments will still be able to treat people who are seriously ill or injured, but they're asking patients with less serious problems to use other NHS services available.
NHS Online, 111, and also recognising that our pharmacies offer a wealth of clinical services and will be there to help our patients. And GP practices are open during the industrial action.
Sport now, one result from last night. Wigan's game at home to Leyton Orient ended in a goalless draw. It's lunch on the first day of the new county cricket season. Lancashire away at Northampton Division 2. Batting first, Luke Wells has scored a half-century. He's 51 not out and Lancashire 99 for 1. And a reminder, there's commentary of all the Good Friday football on your BBC local radio station this afternoon from 2. You can listen to the build-up on BBC Sounds. Now from the West End to the Albert Hall and even Buckingham Palace, Lancashire's Alfie Bowe's been entertaining concerts full of people for many years. But he says we haven't seen the real him until now. The singer's back with his first album of original material. It's called Face Myself and explores his northern heritage and reveals the man underneath his stage character. Phil Cunliffe's been to catch up with him.
I've been singing music that's been written already and for years and just presented to me, this is the song, sing it. That's great, but when you have music inside you that you want to get out, you want to present, then that can be quite frustrating. Face Myself is a story of growing up in the Northwest, being in Manchester, the Hacienda, all that sort of stuff. That music for me gave me an existence. It gave me a purpose. It gave me a voice as a kid. You know, it was like it was a soundtrack that I never stopped listening to.
And your favourite song from that era?
I was a huge Stone Roses fan, so it was Fool's Gold was always the classic.
Which has got the bass line, the Manning
Really
bass line in, hasn't it? It's just incredible, yeah.
If God had granted me a son, this summer's time.
How different is it going to be being on stage, singing your own material rather than stuff that is so familiar to people?
I've had the opportunity in the past on stage to sing a couple of originals, and this album is a journey of my story. You know, it does talk about the good times and the bad times, talks about my children. The scary bit is that the audience don't know those songs, so I'm hoping that they'll embrace them, because they're strong, powerful songs, and my voice has not changed. I still use the same voice, so if they don't like the music, I'll just say, okay, sorry, I won't do it again. What else would you like? I'll do this. But I think my audience really do like surprises, so I don't think this is going to be too shocking for them.
Right, let's get a check of the weather now from Molly.
Hello there. It is going to be a rather blustery affair this Good Friday. In terms of the rest of this afternoon, we are going to have some further rain and turning drier and a bit brighter by the end of the day. This is how it's looking at the moment though. So we have those outbreaks of rain clearing eastwards. Some of those will be quite heavy in nature where you see those greens, but turning drier, and we should get some late evening sunshine. Highs of around 15 degrees Celsius, so a milder day than yesterday, but a windier one. Into this evening, and we are going to have some residual showers, but a lot of dry weather on offer as well, turning clear for a time, so the temperatures are going to drop, but then clouding over from the west, and lows of around 3 degrees Celsius, so a frost-free night. And we do have a yellow weather warning for strong winds on Saturday night into Sunday.
That's it from me and the Lunchtime team. Thanks for watching. Have a good Easter. I'm back with you on Easter Sunday, but we're back tonight with another update at 6:20. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.